99 FM, good morning. If you've just joined us, well, guess what? You have joined us at the most opportune time, because here on Royal Hustler, there's an interview I've been looking forward to all morning. It feels like it's been a long morning, but actually it's still pretty fresh and pretty early. I have Jacques Coetzer, and our Royal Hustler for the day knows all about turning a side hustle into a main gig. Interpack CEO started his business after running it as a side hustle while he was still a farmer. And now he joins us in studio to talk about his journey as a businessman and what it actually took to get him to where he is right now. Jacques, good morning.
Morning, Sibu.
How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me here this morning.
Oh, no, we're so grateful to have you here. We love people that have turned the side hustle into the main gig, because that's what we need to know about. But before we get to all of that, let's just take a few steps back to your childhood and your background. How was that like?
I was born in a small farming community in a little place called Chinhoyi in Zimbabwe, many years ago. But earlier, around 10 years old, moved to SA, and moved to Namibia in 1990.
Yeah. How did the entrepreneurial bug really kick in? Was it the same with you? Like when you were in primary school, you were selling candy, and then high school? How did that start?
I wasn't selling, or I didn't have any side gigs at the time at school, but it was always in the blood. After school, I didn't want to go do tertiary. Finished matric, and wanted to start working. Wanted to start a career, and I went farming for about 10 years in the Caprivi, tobacco and maize of all things. Started a side hustle because I was earning so little as a farm manager. So. I started a side hustle, and that's where Interpack was born, really.
You know, I love the Zambezi region. I'm being biased here because I'm from the Zambezi region.
I love it as well, I must say.
So what are some of the lessons that you learned being there, being a farm manager, that you are applying now into Interpack?
I think the most crucial is people skills. People skills, I think, is so essential to any business, and dealing with quite a large amount of people in the tobacco industry per se, you have to learn to work with people, and people become your core, become your confidence. That's really what I learned over the years.
So tell us how you transition now from farm manager to now running your own business.
Well, as I say, side hustle started in 1994. In Katima, as a small fruit juice bottling business. Okay. Over weekends, I would take a small truck, drive all the way down to South Africa on the Saturday, come back on the Sunday, because I had to work again on Monday.
That's a long drive.
That's how it started. My wife was crucial to the exercise because she would do the production in the week with a couple of people, and but it was so exciting doing something for ourselves, you know, and that kept on growing and growing. Eventually. That became our main focus. It's been now 25, 26 years, and long past farming, but still loving it, still in the blood, especially irrigation farming. But production and manufacturing is so rewarding.
Really? No, that's such a long drive. When you mentioned that, my heart just sank, because I've done that drive is really, it's exhausting to the body. And I'm just thinking, starting up a new company also is psychologically taxing. Yeah. So on the days where it was really hard as a startup, what kept you going?
Well, I think there's a deeply built-in drive to conquer, conquer challenges, really. I was never motivated by money or making money. But establishing, building, creating, that's always what inspired me. That's the thrill of doing business. I think if you chase money, you're going to be very disappointed because the money doesn't always flow as you would like it to do.
And with Interpack, for those that are just familiar with the surface production of it, what does it actually entail to run a business like Interpack?
Well, again, firstly, you have to surround yourself by an awesome people. We've got about 200 people in the company, and each and every one of them are fantastic. We are a close-knit family in essence, and if you have the right people around you, you can actually, there's no limit. You can conquer anything. And we had to, in the early years, understand the industry, learn development of products. You can't go to anybody and ask them for help because they would see you as opposition. So a competitor. And you would have to start from scratch and gradually, build products, make mistakes, learn from them, better them, and but it's an exciting process and very what's the word? Satisfactory when you actually complete projects.
Yeah. So take us through the journey because all we see is what's on the shelf. So how does it start? Do you start first in the factories or before that, and then we package, and then we do this, and then we get to the shelf?
Also, many people would know our Vita Juice ranges and Creamy and those products, which have been on the market for quite some time. But in the during last year, which already started actually in 2017, just to get back to your point, it takes a long time to identify a product and then to start developing the product and then to create the capacity to produce the product, and then a lot of R&D and a lot of investment before that product can be produced and put on shelf. But that's the exciting part of it, is identifying, pursuing, putting it together, and eventually getting phone calls from all over the country saying, we enjoy your product.
Yes.
That's just so rewarding.
Yeah. No, we here at 99 FM really do enjoy your product. Yeah, you sent us like a box, I remember, and we were all around the table like, oh, this is right, oh, this is nice.
This last year we launched an hour range, now Maho, Yogi Shake, or Shikundu, which is a traditional beverage, which is now commercially packed. And we had to invest the latest technology to make these products achievable in a long life format. And we also have Nami, we have all sorts of new concentrates. So we're just progressing faster and faster, so and hopefully we'll start exporting soon.
Very much. So, yeah. Nice news. In terms of running a business, where's the hard part? Is the hard part starting it or the hard part upscaling?
Both, I would say. I think what I always see and believe is to produce something is quite easy. Okay. The technologies are there. But to produce it in such a way that you can successfully enter the market and have the right product for the right market and the trading of it, that's the challenging part. As a company, we supply the whole country from Katima to Luderitz to on a weekly basis. Every outlet, every store. Those are big challenges. The logistics around getting the product to market, but the rewarding thing is once it starts rolling, once it starts happening, you can build on that, and you can actually progress from onto the next, and yeah.
So many of our listeners are startups, and they like hearing some life lessons from those that have made it and still making it to higher ground. And we don't believe in failures; we believe in life lessons. So in your journey now, what are some of the life lessons or business lessons that you have learned that you'd like to impart?
Well, to be very honest, firstly, trust in God. If you're, I always believe if you have the Creator by your side, you can't fail. Yeah. And also to understand that success is not about money and wealth. It's about happiness and love in your life. So if those are your focuses, and money is not your focus, you're not going to fail. I think we sometimes set ourselves too high standards in how much money we're going to make.
Yes.
And then keep at it. endure. You know, we tend to limit ourselves, and I strongly believe that one should set your goals very high, higher than you even expect yourself, and keep at it. Okay. You'll be amazed what you can achieve. We limit ourselves. Nobody else is limiting us. We're limiting ourselves, and I think that's critical to understanding where we want to go.
So what's going on at Interpack right now? What can we look forward to? Because the Maheo range is delicious. I love it.
It's a great product, I must say. Look, we are developing new, very you know, what can I say? New, great products with new technologies. We are busy installing equipment as we speak. But I can't reveal them now.
Of course.
But watch this space.
Watch this space. Also, I was, like you mentioned, you alluded to it earlier, just exporting. Oh, exporting a Namibian product, that's just, it's amazing.
Yeah, you know, that is. And that's been our goal for a long time. Yeah. One of our goals for many years was to produce a product with ambient shelf life. Because, you know, so on our range and so on is all ambient shelf life because it's packed in a specific thermal way. Yes. And this actually opens up further markets because with a perishable product you can only reach that far, and then the costs become too much. But yes, you know, I also really believe that local production is the well-being of the future of Namibia. So we have to really work at it, and yeah, and you know, it's so rewarding to see startups working. We often have people knocking on our door just asking advice or just, and I always say I can't tell them what works, but I can tell them what doesn't work.
Speaking of, you know, where Namibia is headed, what's getting you excited about the future of Namibia? Well,
I can honestly tell you, all our chips are on Namibia. We invest every cent we have back into Namibia, and I'm really very excited about Namibia and the future of Namibia. You know, traveling the world, there's no better place than Namibia. And the people of Namibia are absolutely awesome. We have our challenges, and some of them pretty serious, but I think they're, you know, with God's grace and good leadership, they are absolutely solvable. So, yeah, I'm really excited, and the proof is in the pudding. If you come visit me, you'll see what we are investing back into the country.
Well, thank you so much, Jacques, for coming. Aspiring entrepreneurs always look forward to just diving into the well of wisdom. So we really appreciate
Thank you so
coming.
much, Sibu. I really appreciate it.
We're definitely going to have more of your products here on 99 FM because, like I said, we're obsessed.
Yeah, we'll have to get. Yeah.
Obsessed.
Thanks a lot for having me.
So that was your royal hustler for the day, turned from working on a farm in Zambezi region, which is the best region in Namibia, in the world. But you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from here. To now being Interpack CEO. Man, what a journey. And it can be your journey as well. We hope you were inspired here on 99 FM.